Welcome back to Sports Chat with Greg and Bryan. If you like the video, please click the like button. And if you like the content, subscribe. We always like a good subscription.
I like the way you said that, Brian.
Hey,
Brian, we're going to talk golf because what's coming up this week?
The Planters Peanuts tournament.
Well, it's Father's Day weekend.
Is it this weekend?
I don't know. Is it?
No, the U.S. Open isn't coming up until for 2 weeks. We're
Tweet
doing a
that out.
preview. So I'm almost positive.
Are you sure?
No. But well, it's okay. Let's just get going because we'll find out as we go through this. Greg, there's one thing though that I want to make sure. If you remember, we did a golf thing. We did a golf thing for the Masters.
We did.
And when we went through that, I said, I'm going to tell you who I'm going to pick for the US Open. I already knew who I was going to pick for the US Open at the Masters. So I am all over it. I've got my pick and I know what I'm doing.
You do, Brian. I already know who I'm picking. And it had nothing to do with the Masters. 2026 U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills, New York.
Right. Obviously it's the name of the course and it's in some city in New York, but okay.
All right, Brian, explain this.
People that win the US Open, these are the characteristics that they have. The typical US Open. The biggest ones for me watching this, the biggest ones are scrambling, mentally patient, and grinding around par. Because I don't know that much about the US Open, but you explained it to me that it's going to be, you're going to win the US Open 2 under, 3 under, that might be it. So you can't get super comfortable going, well, I'm 18 under, so I'm going to win. No, you got to be ready to grind.
You have to be ready to grind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be ready to take your punishment and be like, okay, you made a bad shot. It cost me 2 strokes. I'm going to come back and make some good shots to pick it up.
So those, I think, are the most important. Those are the most important things that I look at.
According to what you've researched.
Yes. Okay. So the first one, strokes gained tee to green. How do you get to the green?
Is it okay when you talk about strokes gained tee to green? Okay, that's okay. I can understand that. Okay.
Right. So how do you do compared to other players getting to the green?
Okay.
And so the thing it does, like it says, it measures the entire hole.
The entire hole.
Teeing off to getting to the green. How's your iron play? How's your drive? All that sort of stuff.
Does that account for you hitting the ball in the rough?
Yes, because that's going to affect how you play the entire hole. So these are right now the top 10 players on the PGA Tour and where they are in tee to green.
Okay.
And I don't know what all those little statistics mean. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. What matters is the measured rounds and where they are.
So those are all shots gained. One of them is going to be approaches. One's going to be around the green.
Well, stop. You're getting
I'm just telling you. You said you don't know what they are. I'm telling you what they are.
No. Okay.
That's like
the things that are around there at the top, the little numbers at the top.
Yeah.
And so they add those up together. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I'm
okay.
OTT. I'm not 100%
sure. I think it's off the tee. Shots gained off the tee.
Yeah, probably off the tee. But they don't. I think they don't include par threes. But
they don't. So
they should. I don't see why they don't. But
compared to other,
that might be considered an approach off the tee there. OTT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tee shots. Now the most important part about this is that they compare it to a baseline. Like they'll say, okay, what's the tour average?
That's stupid.
Okay, but no, they can do it. They can make it
The
compared
tour
to
average. Go ahead. Sorry.
compared to a baseline for round 1, round 2, and round 3 of the,
Of
it's just
the average of that tournament.
correct.
Oh, I thought it was the average. Like,
No,
okay,
I'm just saying
No,
that
okay.
that's one of the things they could do. They don't always do it like the tour average. No, it's like, okay, how are we doing on this hole? What's the off the tee? The thing that I think is most interesting about that is that it allows for short, accurate drives. They matter because it might be shorter, but it might be more accurate, which is going to put you in a better spot than somebody who drives the ball 380 yards and they're off in a weird spot on the fairway or something,
Mm-hmm.
or in the rough. So off the tee, that's what matters there, and especially matters at the U.S. Open because fairways tend to be narrower.
Okay. Well, narrow and the rough is typically thicker.
Now this is where they stand, tees off the green, or excuse me, shots gained off the tee, and these are your main guys.
These guys, like Rory McIlroy, is probably one of the longest hitters out there. So just because he misses the fairway doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to take a pitching wedge or a sand wedge into the green out of the rough. It's not really going to affect Rory unless the rough's really, really deep.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, they're measuring rounds. It could be where did they play these, where the rough may not even have been significant.
Yeah, I have no
So
idea.
it seems pretty subject.
Okay. Okay. And you mentioned
This
before,
one,
shots gained on your approach.
This one I would say is more important.
For the U.S. Open.
Yes.
Okay. So they're not drives, they're not putts, and they're not from within 30 yards of the green. So you're going, you're looking at those longer kind of in between things where you're going, okay, which, what am I going to use here?
Because I wouldn't say that those guys, I mean, Adam Scott used to be a long hitter, but I don't think he's as long as those guys are now. Brooks Koepka is a long hitter.
Okay. But still, this is looking, you're looking at anything from basically 31 yards out where you're using an iron to get onto the green. I mean,
but it's also in order to gain stroke, it's against average of the thing, right? So you're talking about on a par 4, hitting your second shot in, not your third shot in, unless you make your third shot, right? On a par 5. I wonder,
Yeah. You're looking at,
and then also, does it take into consideration where these longer hitters, this could be the other thing. Longer hitters might be able to get to a par 5 and 2, which would then leave them less than 30 yards to the green, and maybe it doesn't calculate in their. So I'm just saying that, so longer hitters might be out of this because they have less opportunities to get it close on a 30 to 120 yard shot. Yeah. Whereas guys on a par 5 might leave it 45 or 50 because that's their number they like. Or not 45. Yeah. Nobody likes 45 or 50, but at least I don't. But they may leave when they're not going to make it in 2. They're going to leave a shot that they're very comfortable with to get it within 10 feet.
Okay.
So that could adjust these as well. Because seeing these guys up here, although most of these guys can get to the green in 2 and 5s, but they may decide it's not effective for them to get, like, this might be better for them to have a 100-yard shot than a really crummy pitch.
Yeah. I can see that.
Metric number 4, scrambling.
Yeah. And then, okay, the important thing is that you can get back with enough shots to save par. And
go ahead.
No, and I was just going to say, and that seems to me to be a super important thing in the U.S. Open.
It's a huge thing in all of golf. Scrambling can save you a ton of strokes. And I would extend scrambling to specifically for me, who doesn't hit the ball very straight off the tee box, but I can still make par or sometimes bogey, but not make double because I can hit the ball around a tree. I can maneuver the ball in the rough or whatever. That's part of scrambling as well. Giving yourself a second shot to still save par. This is talking about your third shot on a par 4 or your second shot on a par 3, like you hit in the sand trap.
Right.
You don't hit it on the green in regulation, right, Brian? We talked about regulation the last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So scrambling is when you don't get the ball on the green in regulation, you still make par or better.
Yeah. So yeah, I just like the little thing. It's the ability to get up and down. That you're off the green, and you can get it on the green and in the cup in 2 shots. I think that's that's the important thing about being a good scrambler.
That's that is important because these guys will, when they're out of position on the fairway and they're in the rough, they will look at, well, I can still make par from the sand. Where's my miss? How can I still make par? When they're out of position on their tee shot.
Okay, and then scrambling ability.
Rory McIlroy's not up there,
Mm-mm.
but he's the number 2 player in the world.
Right. But that might be that he doesn't put himself in positions to have to scramble as often as these other
That's
guys
my
do.
point.
Right.
Yeah. I think this is probably, well, bogey avoidance. I'm going to say it's not, I'm going to say this is one of the top 2 things they have to be able to do.
Hitting a short, accurate drive, putting your ball in the right spot so that you can get to the next, so that you can make that par. You can get where you want to get.
Don't get me wrong. Accurate drive, not necessarily short, is important. Being able to say, okay, where can I still make par from?
Right.
Instead of trying to take on a 220-yard shot over a water or over a bunker, I'm going to lay up and I'm going to make par from, or I'm going to hit it left and chip and putt and make par.
That should probably say shorter, accurate drives matter, because it doesn't mean that
So
you hit it. It's a 500 yard and you can hit the ball 360, and you only hit it 290. Well, that's not what this is about. It's just the idea is that if you can hit accurate drives, you're going to put yourself in a better position. That's all I'm saying, and you know that.
So Bryson DeChambeau has won the U.S. Open 2 times, I think. Brooks Koepka, I think, might have won it 3, but he's definitely won it 2 times. These guys are big, long hitters.
Okay.
And their theory, Bryson DeChambeau's theory for sure is, I'm going to hit it as long as I can. And if I have it in the rough, it's going to be better than me hitting it 100 yards shorter. Matthew Fitzpatrick doesn't hit it quite as far, right? And he's going to be saying, well, I'm going to win from the fairway.
Basically, I guess from what it says on that thing, it's the percentage that they make bogey
on all the holes that they've played.
Right. And so you can see it's pretty darn low for a lot of these guys. Only 10%.
All these guys, but
Yeah.
And then I would say the reverse to this is, after you make bogey on a hole, what do you do on the next hole?
Okay. So, right, who are the guys that are ready to rock and roll right now for the U.S. Open? That's the question. And so I picked 4.
Okay.
So Scotty Scheffler, like it says. And then you can see, I mean, if you just look at it, shots gained approach is the only one he's not in the top 10. That's, you got to look at that and go, okay, dude's on fire. And then just as here he is at I think it's 2025. This might have been last year or the year before, 2024. This U.S. Open.
This is?
Yeah. So he's got his tee shot just a little bit off in the low. That's still considered the rough,
That's
right?
the first. That's yes.
And then his second shot. So he's playing out. But I mean, it's still not bad.
Like I said, these guys can play from the rough. It's not an issue.
Right. Well, but the high rough becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And then obviously
a little bit bad is okay. A lot bad is not good.
Yeah. So there's your your thing. Then we got Rory scrambling. He's number 54, but like you said, that's because he doesn't scramble.
There are some times when Rory is not a great putter, which would then affect his scrambling ability. Because part of scrambling is being able to make that 5-footer that you've left yourself.
Right.
And I mean, he's phenomenal. He's very good. I used to not like Rory, but I mean, I really do like him now. I'm going to say that Scotty Scheffler was the British Open.
Well, it's got the same cup as the.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
I have a feeling that sometimes those rounds, when Rory's not in contention, like a lot of these guys, it's like I'm gonna
Mail it in.
Yeah, not mail it in, just sort of mumble my way through it, and
So, yeah, there we go. Okay.
See, that's the U.S. Open trophy
Yeah.
there.
So Cameron Young, he's ready to go, and you just look at that, and 4 of the 5, right in the top 10. Approach, that's whatever, but he's one of the informed guys.
And are these this year's
Yes.
percentage? Okay.
Yeah, this is this year. Okay. I was doing this year.
Look at that rough. This is the key right here. Making par from that stuff.
Right. And that you have a bad shot or whatever, and then you give yourself an opportunity at least.
So the key, like you see where that ball landed?
Mm-hmm.
It's 15 feet from the hole, right? You got to make that putt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a professional.
I mean, but he's got to make it to say par rather than birdie, right? On a par, we're assuming that's a par 4.
Yeah. 1, 2, laid up short, 3 on there. Yeah, it's a par. Actually, this is his 3rd shot.
So that goes into my theory right there of these guys will hit it, bomb it, and they're going to be 60 yards out with a wedge in the rough rather than playing a 3-wood and being 130 out.
Right.
Or 150. He may have hit a 3-wood, and that might have been a short par 4 where these guys all go for it, which are short par 4s are fun.
Right. So.
And he's sponsored by the MLB.
And
I like Cam Young.
There he is, and then the last guy.
This is
Xander
Schauffele.
Schauffele, right? And not in the top 10 in any of those things, but really consistent.
His thing is his mental game is very good. They're all good, right? His mental game is really good. It's like he doesn't get distracted, even if he thinks like, you know what, I'm out of it. Doesn't matter. He's going to come out and really try and race these guys down. U.S. Open, you can come back from. The leader could have a bad day pretty quick. I don't know what it's going to be like wind-wise there. The speed of the greens, how they're going to set those up.
The thing that's on there, I think that's interesting is, and I don't know how long he's been playing golf, but never finished outside the top 15 in the U.S. Open. That's consistency right there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
And then here he is at the U.S. Open.
178 mile an hour ball speed. Jimmy Cremies. Just imagine getting hit up with that.
No. You're not catching that with your hands.
You're not playing cricket with that?
No. So there's the second shot. See, and he left it right in the middle of the fairway.
Well, left side. He left it on the left side on purpose.
Yeah.
When I talk about being out of position, you and I think in the fairway we're in position.
Right.
Those guys, if I'm on like that one, he wants to leave it on the left side. Maybe I don't know the hole. Maybe he didn't leave it on the right, on the proper side, but he wants to leave it on a side or so that he gets a better approach into the green.
Okay.
Takes bunkers out of play, doesn't have to go over the bunker, stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about, being in proper position.
Right.
But you and I, the fairway,
Just
not behind a tree is proper
the
position for us.
the fact that I hit it straight,
Yeah.
even if it
Or,
went behind
you
a
started
tree.
at the left trap with a little bit of fade. That's a good one. And then being able to make that 2-putt right there, right?
Yeah, but he got close enough. He's got par.
The dark horses.
Right. So these are the guys. You're kind of going, well, maybe.
I didn't get to make a slide for the person that I chose, just to let you
Well,
know.
I didn't. I've already, like I said, I picked the person that I thought was going to win the U.S. Open when I did all the stuff about the Masters.
Did you say it on the TV?
I did.
I don't remember who it was.
No, I didn't say who it was. I said I'll say when we do the thing for the U.S.
Oh,
Open.
so you could have changed it.
I have not changed it.
I trust you, Bryan.
So
All right, Bryan.
yeah, it's June 18th.
Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. But I was looking, the women just finished playing.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I thought, so none of those guys are right, Bryan, just to let you know.
None of them are right.
None of them are right. None of those guys are winning,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay. So do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
I want you to go first. Do I press the button? We'll
No.
Okay.
No, this is just the end. My guy and the guy that I picked after the Masters to win this was Xander Schauffele.
That's a great choice.
He was, because I read up when I was doing all the stuff about the Masters and I read all the bio about him and everything else. I was like, he's my guy because and you've explained it to me too. They make the fairways narrow. It's a lot harder to play. And you need that person that's just going to grind it out, not let the bad stuff get to them, and just always be in contention. So I'm going with Xander Schauffele as my guy.
Yeah. Does he set up well, or does the course set up well for him?
How do I know? I'm just saying he's my guy.
Okay. My guy's Ricky Fowler.
Really? How
Yeah.
come?
Reading what he's done and how he was like a late qualifier to this, like he did not play well in 2025.
Okay.
Okay, he had a hurt shoulder. He's won the PGA. I think he's playing well enough right now to win.
Okay.
That's my guy.
All right. So Ricky
But
Fowler,
the one thing that's not in any of those stats that you mentioned,
okay,
are any of the LIV guys.
Oh yeah, you're
the
right.
live guys.
Well, because
No, exactly.
I mean,
So
it's
Bryson,
not gonna
John
go-
Rahm, Dustin Johnson,
but I can't go.
Tyrrell Hatton.
This is
So
my only life.
I understand that, but they don't list it in there, right? But they're playing.
Okay.
There's I think 13 live guys playing. And I'm going to say 4 or 5 of them have a distinct possibility to win.
All right.
So
all right, you heard it here first.
John Rahm, Dustin Johnson, Tyrrell Hatton, and Joaquin Niemann. Cam Smith.
All right, but you heard it here first. Xander Schauffele
and Ricky Fowler.
So
the bottle of water on it, Bryan. Who finished best? Who finishes higher? There's a bottle of water on it.
Well, of course, I'm going to say my guy.
Well, no, but if my guy finishes above you, you owe me a bottle of water. If
all right,
if you finish it, then I owe you a bottle of water.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, anyway, Bryan, I love golf.
Yes.
I love the U.S. Open golf. So, I'm glad we were able to talk about this. Maybe we might even bring up a little bit more next week. Next one, we might talk a little more about it before the actual start. Hey, we'll be live from the U.S. Open, Bryan.
No, we won't. Well, no, you're right. I guess we could.
We could be live from the U.S. Open.
Yeah, we could have it on a TV somewhere.
Yeah. But anyway, if you like our channel, give us a like. And you know what? We would really appreciate the subscribe. We want to get to 30.
We're stuck at 28.
We're stuck at 28 for some reason. Yeah. Don't know why.
We'll get on that. I can tell you why.
There's not 30 people that want to listen to what we have to talk about.
That's why right there.
Come on, YouTube, do your thing, man.
If you want expert opinion, you're going to have to go someplace else. If you want to listen to two old guys that, like talking about sports, then, hey,
That's what we're all about.
So,
and some of us try to act like we know what the heck we're talking about.
Yeah, and we don't. Golf. That much.
Bryan knows as much about golf as I know about soccer.
Yeah, I know that you. Yeah, doesn't matter. All right.
Hey, Bryan, we finished 1 under in our tournament.
Yeah.
No, your response was supposed to be, no, Greg, you finished 1 under.
Hey, there's no I in team.
But there's 2 an idiot. There, I'll leave you with that. Take care, y'all.